Everybody, welcome to the Wastewater Report. I'm Eric Von Kimball, and I was looking at this article today that came out yesterday. It's basically from toilets to sink. Are our wastewater resources becoming more and more scarce? Is what this article is mainly talking about, and ways that we can start to change that, especially not in just first world countries, but even in third world countries where they actually need it most. So, thanks for joining in today. If you find any value from this, please like and subscribe. Give us a comment. Let us know what you think. Is wastewater um, gaining momentum in our day and age, becoming a scarce resource? And so we have to find more. We have to find better ways to not only recycle water or reclaim water, but also distribute it to parts of the world where it needs to be, and building up using these new technologies that we have to put people in a better position to not only use it, but the water is essential. Okay, water is essential not just for drinking, for irrigation, for agriculture. So you can link this article here in the description, but I'm just going to go over a few things that it talked about here. I've taken a few notes. Basically, wastewater is typically discharged into rivers. There right now, there's a push to tap recycled water or reuse, reclaim water to use that and mix it with freshwater resources. So one way they're talking about doing it is like blending it with fresh water. And what this does is because, well, not what it does, but the reason for this is because increased population, increased pollution, as well as increased climate change. So the water as a resource is becoming very scarce overall, and it's very important for us to start taking steps to reduce um, water waste and actually using wastewater. I know it's kind of flip on the words, but not, we don't want to waste water, but we want to use the wastewater to not only reuse for future consumption, but we want to make sure it's clean. We want to make sure that it's being treated properly. And so you're going to have the basic technology in place to do that. So basically, building up more water resources, treatment plants to better align that type of change. So there's no other option, says one of the authors in here. His name is Richard Connor, editor in chief, and they're talking about potable water or reused water. Basically, what I said earlier: irrigation and agriculture. So irrigation and agriculture consumes about 2/3 of freshwater resources worldwide. So most of our fresh water is going used to grow crops on farming land or to maintain them. So two ways wastewater can be used and turned into potable water. Like I said earlier, it could be blended with freshwater in freshwater reservoirs or groundwater aquifers. So recycling water is less expensive than desalinating seawater. I have seen some articles, and we'll talk about that here in the future, about people coming up with newer technologies to desalinate seawater or salt water, because you can't drink water straight out of the ocean. It has to be purified. You have to take the salt contents and a lot of those impurities out. So recycling fresh water, recycling wastewater is less expensive than desalinating water. But I'm sure that's an emerging technology that's coming up. Tell me what you think about the desalinating seawater. Would you drink desalinated seawater if it was good for use? So those are some of the things that we have to think about, not just as a community, but as not even as a culture, but as a world. There's several countries who do not even have these wastewater treatment resources like we would here in America. And because of that, many of them suffer. Many of them end up dying or getting sick. And these are very easily curable diseases too that they're coming in contact with. That if they just had clean water, they would never have this issue. So it's a push. It's a push to get better water, get clean water, because this is going to help with climate change. It's going to help with pollution. This is going to help with the population as well as a whole, just being a healthy generation. Because from what it looks like, the 21st century is in for a bumpy road if we don't get some of these crises in a line and start working on these hard problems of climate change and fresh water. Um, a lot of people want to have money to give to their kids, but I think the kids and grandkids of ours in the late 21st century would be more happy if they had clean water and if the world wasn't becoming increasingly polluted and increasingly hot. So those would be like the most important things. If we use our money, if we use our resources, if we use our time and our expertise and our knowledge to not be so political or politicizing these issues, but actually getting to the core of, okay, how do we improve this situation for our future generations, for our future world? So this is a wastewater report. I know I got a little deep, y'all, but this is real stuff. These are real problems that have to be solved, and we're starting on solving them through wastewater and wastewater treatment. This is Eric Von Kimball, the Wastewater Report. Hoping that you find value in this. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'd love to hear from you. Talk to you soon. Have a good one.